Right, so hey everyone and welcome back to another budget photography video. In this video I want to talk about how to create, yes, how to create a video, but not for this platform that you're watching this video on. How to create a video for TikTok, or as it used to be called, Musical.ly. Long live Vine. We all miss you, Vine. So there are many ways that you can up the quality of your video. Now obviously most people will be using the front facing camera so that they can see themselves. Now an app like TikTok is primarily for your mobile device. It is designed for you to create on your mobile, edit on your mobile and publish on your mobile. So how can you make the videos better? Well, 9 times out of 10 most creators at the moment are using the front facing camera, which, while yes that is a very good camera, a lot of the time it isn't the best quality, especially if you're shooting on an Android. Now no disrespect to Android, I'm an Android person myself, I use Huawei. Because of how many smartphones run the Android operating system, it can be very hard for certain apps to run the front camera or even the back camera. So what they do is they rely on a live feed from the camera and then do basically a screen recording, which lowers down the quality of said video. So what can you do to combat that? Well, to make it a little bit better, you go from the front facing camera to the rear facing camera. For an example, my rear facing camera shoots 4K 60, whereas my rear facing camera only shoots 1080p. So I have immediately gone up a little bit. And if you want to take it that little bit further, you can record outside of the app into your native camera app, which will then give you 4K video. And then you can edit the video within the TikTok app or within the native photos or videos app on your phone. But what if you want to take it a step further? Well, the simplest thing is to get one of these, a cheap tripod. Now I recently hated on this tripod because it's crap, to put it bluntly. It's £20 and it bends and it's just not a very good tripod. But because this tripod is so cheap and so lightweight, for a TikToker, or even if you wanted to vlog, for example, but for a TikToker, that kind of tripod is perfect. And for one very good reason. One, okay, at the moment I've got part of a phone mount on there, but the one thing that this tripod has over this tripod, the one that I'm currently shooting on, is the fact that it's got this little dial here. I can unlock that and I've got vertical video rather than just landscape. Right now you are viewing me in a landscape picture. Portrait is like that and landscape is that way. So you've got basically portrait or vertical, whatever you want to call it, video, which is exactly what TikTok is. It's designed for vertical. There's no real landscape option there. You can have landscape video, but they just don't look very good. So a tripod that can shoot vertically is vital because it will keep the phone nice and steady. Now, the microphones on phones are good, but they were never really designed for video work. They were designed to make phone calls. So they are designed for you to have your phone to your face and pick it up there. Now, yes, they have noise cancelling microphones to help you hear the person that you are talking to and to help that person hear you. They were never designed for you to go like that. So to combat that, what you can do is buy one of these, which is what I'm using currently right now, and that is an external microphone. Now this cost me about what, £20, and I just leave it by the side of me recording audio to my 5D. If you don't want to spend any money on audio, that's perfectly fine, you don't have to. What you can use though is a set of these. These are the native earbuds that came with my phone. I'm lucky because my phone came with a 3.5-inch headphone jack, and these are all tangled up to buggery, and I'm not even going to try. But in a nutshell, this has an inbuilt microphone, which will be better than the inbuilt microphone on your phone. Now what you can do if you want to just use these, you can buy an extension lead, which is exactly what I'm using right now. I've got an extension lead plugged from the camera straight into this microphone so that I don't trip over anything because of how tight the wires can be. Now, another thing that you are going to need is good lighting. Now, there are lots of different ways that you can go about getting good lighting. You have a choice between artificial lighting or natural lighting. When I say natural lighting, I mean something like a window in the room next door to me is very, very, very bright. In comparison, this room is very, very dark, because I have artificial lights that I can use to control how bright the situation is, because that's how I prefer it. But if you didn't want to spend money on external lights, then just put your camera, put your phone in front of the window and you face out towards the window. So for an example, if I was doing it right now, the window would be behind the camera. So that way the natural light is flooding my face and illuminating it properly, giving me a nicer complexion, making sure that I'm nicely lit and I've got no harsh shadows and no harsh highlights rolling off of my face. Now, as I said, I use artificial lights. I paid about £20 per unit for them, which is very, very cheap. And I paid about another £10 to £15 for the batteries that they run off. Now, these guys do run on mains, but I prefer to run them on batteries because they just work easier for me. I have done a video on them previously, so you can go and check that out. And remember that TikTok is limited between 15, 30 and 1 minute. So you have up to a minute to create a whole video, whether that be a dancing or a sketch or whatever. You have up to a minute. Anyway guys, thanks for joining me in this video, and I'll see you in the next one.